everybody, welcome to Spikey Saturday number 303 on the Mana Leek, where we open trash, garbage, rares. Yikes. What do we have here? We have a Fading Hope, a Falcon Abomination, a Blood Thief, a Devoted Graph Keeper. It's not the best pack. A lot of these are like great pick 3, pick 4, pick 5 cards. Maybe pick 6. I might just start with the Devoted Graph Keeper. It has the highest upside. It is gold, but if we get there, cool. And if we don't, it's one pick that we've wasted, whatever. Ain't that big of a deal. Just a quick reminder right off the top. If you're watching this Saturday morning, I've been live over on twitch.tv/themanaleak probably for like at least an hour. And I'll be live for another 23 or so hours over on twitch.tv/themanaleak for my annual Extra Life charity stream. 24 hours of Magic, Jackbox games, Lego building, chatting, hanging out, talking about beer or board games or whatever, and giving away a crap load of stuff. Midnight Hunt collector's packs, a few $100 worth of Judge foil promos are going to be raffled off. We've got a couple $100 for Cool Stuff Inc. We've got a Scab Wrangler. We've got a several $100 for Inked Gaming. We've got a sponsor who I'm hoping that I hear from when I wake up in the morning for final confirmation on what should be some pretty cool prizes. So go check that out over at twitch.tv/themanaleak. And as I said, we've got a Scab Wrangler in a much better pack here. Presumably the rare was also very good. It's missing. But there's a Slash, there's an Ambush. These are all good cards, but I'll take the Wrangler. Some people think this might only be good in zombies, because you make a whole bunch of zombies and then you can tap the stuff. It's just good in any deck. I'll put this in my Blue-White Spirits deck hands down. Won't even think twice. We've got a Slash and an Ambush yet again. We have a Beloved Beggar, which, you know, that's part of the Blue-White plan, is to play a Beggar. You want to discard this somehow. And I'm tempted to try it. I'm tempted to try Blue-White. Slasher or Ambush could be better. But I bet if Blue-White happens to be open, we can probably build around it pretty well. You get some Shipwreck Sifters, some ways to throw this away. Find yourself an Organ Grinder to help throw it away. Basically, you don't want to cast this for 2 mana. You want to discard this to draw a card or loot or whatever. And then you want to replay it as a 6 mana Sarah Angel. Yeah, let's pick it up. Let's see what we can do. Do we get rewarded? Not really. We get past to Seize the Storm, which makes me wish that I had just taken those 2 slashes and just never looked back. So if we stick on a Blue-White train, we've got a Candle Trap, which is quite good, and a Flip the Switch, which is also quite decent. There's a Flesh Taker here. I don't think we're heading down that path just yet. So I think I might actually take this Candle Trap. If you think it's bad, you're probably not that good of a drafter, and you should probably improve. Probably, because you're looking at the data. And I have so many thoughts that I think a data video might be in the future. Because I think I'm finally coalescing all of the issues that I have with 17 lands data, because it is a deeply flawed data set that has deeply flawed data analyses being done on it, and I think is making for a generation of subpar drafters. And I don't want people to be subpar drafters. I want people to be good drafters, because the better you are, the easier it is for all of us to draft. I'll take this Geistwave here. It's a pretty decent card. I think we're pretty far off of this Sunrise Cavalier. Like, I'm not playing a Beggar and a Candle Trap to get into my red-white deck. So let's take a Geistwave. I love me Geistwaves. We've got a Morning Patrol, a Gavany Trapper, another Geistwave. I'm going to want to get in on these spirits. Basically, I want to have so much card value because my creatures die into creatures, or die into creature cards, creature card draw. So let's take a Morning Patrol. And if we get handsomely rewarded with some sort of real spirits payoff, we already have one with the Graph Keeper, then cool. We've got a Gale Drifter or a second Candle Trap. I think I want the second Candle Trap here. We can get these Gale Drifters. These things go very late because they're not as good as they look. I don't know why. I guess it's just because there's no rules on this card. This card has rules. This card has rules. This card has rules. This card has rules. This creature just flies. That's it. It's a relic of the past, unfortunately. This deck might play a Soul Guide Gryff. It also might play a Devious Cover-Up. But I'll take the Soul Guide Gryff to start. Fading Hope coming all the way back around is nice. I guess somebody took that Falcon Abomination. This card wrecks us. Hopefully nobody sides it in, but we'll take a Fading Hope. So now here's a Gale Drifter that we could take. There's a Startle that I don't think we're deeply invested in yet. We could probably get one. There's Gavany Trapper as well that I wouldn't mind, but I'm gonna fill up on my Disturb while I can. I doubt I'm playing either of these cards, although Vivisection gives me a way to sack the Beloved Beggar if I do play it. But I highly doubt I'm going to play Vivisection. I think I've played Vivisection once. Silverbolt, I guess. I don't think we're playing a Ritual Guardian, and we might play a Silverbolt. Sometimes it makes the main deck if you're a little bit lacking on removal. We've got 2 Candle Traps, though. Probably won't have to play the Sanctifier, but let's pick it up, and a Bramble Arbor. All right. So we get rewarded with a pretty dang good Mythic Rare white card. Also in here is a Shipwreck Sifters that we do want, very much so. Obnoxiously, it's not going to give us a spirit count, but I guess our human count is probably almost 1-to-1 a spirit count, right? We have, I guess, 2 humans that aren't spirits at the moment. Every disturbed creature is a human, right? No, because this one's a Hippogriff. Interesting. But yeah, we're taking Intrepid Adversary. It's great. You play it as a 3/1 lifelinker if you have it and you just want to get in for damage. And if you can get some counters and Anthem your team, cool. We get a Fateful Absence, which is fine. I don't know why people pass this card. It's unconditional instant speed removal. Yes, your opponent gets a clue. Who the hell cares? Who the hell cares? People are very weird about the removal these days. Like, oh, well, it gives them a clue. That's very subpar. It's 2 mana and instant speed. You take it, you play it, you thank the person for passing it to you. Been on a bit of a tear with Midnight Hunt. Past, I think, 7 drafts. I've been 3-0 or 2-1. I think 4 of them were 3-0s. None of this is precisely what I'm looking for. Cathar Commando is always fine. Stormrider Spirit is okay. We don't have an exact spirit payoff. Plus, it should probably wheel. Sunset Revelry is never good. Flare of Faith, we could play. We're going to be relatively human-y. We've got 6 so far. Ritual of Hope, I don't think we're going that wide. So we'll take the Cathar Commando here and see what happens. Well, there's the Startle that I said we could probably get if we wanted one. There's also a Sun Gold Barrage, which is fine. But we'll take the Startle. Draws a card, can save some damage. We get a Veteran or our 3rd Candle Trap. I think I'll take the first Veteran here. Thankfully, I think the hysteria over this card has finally died down. This is a round where, like, 5th pick, I'm fine picking it. I'd prefer to even pick it just a little bit later. But it's just fine. You remember, like, in the early days of this format where people were just frickin' first picking this card because of the data. I'm really excited to do that video. If you want to do some homework, learn yourself up on what experimental test validity and experimental test reliability are, and what the threats are to internal and external validity of an experimental test. Because I'll give you a hint. 17 lands might have significant issues with test validity. second Scab Wrangler. Hello. I essentially require one of these shipwreck sifters at some point, but I'm not taking it over a Scab Wrangler. Because we'll get one somewhere, someday, somehow. We could take a collector. I highly doubt it's going to make this deck. In fact, I think Devious Cover-Up might be more likely to make it. Maybe Component Collector does. If we're just flying over the air, a 1/4 is going to stop a lot. Let's pick it up for now. We'll see if it makes it in or not. Some good green here. We'll take a Soul Guide Griff, but we're not going to play a second copy. Flip the Switch versus Trapper. I think I want to flip the switch here. But again, I do want a Trapper at some point, but not this point. Well, there's the cover-up if I want it. I just doubt that I actually want it. Take the Revelry. Those Shipwreck Sifters aren't coming, which is kind of a pain. Let's get rid of the Silverbolt. Sungold Barrage might make the main deck. We'll see. This is fine as a one-of. There are generally going to be something with X4 that you do want to kill. I wouldn't play 2. I would side in a second one, perhaps, but I wouldn't main deck 2. Well, there's the reward. We get a Grafted Identity, and we can sack our beloved Beggar to it. Perfect. There's also a Phantom Carriage that I would love to have. I'd play a second Lunarch Veteran. Again, I said I might play a Flare of Faith. I think I took one, didn't I? No, I took something else over it. But yeah, let's take Grafted Identity. And this deck's starting to look pretty good. We need one more playable. And then we're just into polishing stage. I should mention as well, last week we did that experiment with the fully commentated draft. I also attempted to not take any tangents during that draft, talking about the data, talking about Extra Life, etc. We'll take a Revenge of the Drowned here. It's a very good card. And then we sped up all the games. So I've got 30 seconds here. Let's talk about that. Some people didn't like it at all. That's fine. Some people did not want Spiky Saturday to be like that again. As I said, Spiky Saturday won't ever be like that again. It will be an extra video. There was a ton of positive feedback on that video, so it will become something that I do as a second video, probably every week, because it was actually pretty decently easy to put together. There was some feedback that we'll talk about in a second. No, I want to take the egg. Egg is so good. We're taking a Search Party Captain. It's a very good card. Probably better than this Loyal Griff, but my God, this is my most drafted rare. I think I've played it 10 times. 9 times? 9 times, I think. Very, very good. But yeah, we'll take that Search Party Captain. Some people didn't like that the gameplay of that video was hard to follow. That was the intent, or at least there was no intent for you to in any way, shape, or form follow the gameplay. The gameplay was simply there to provide minor context that, yes, I did in fact play those games, and so that you weren't just watching a black screen. There's no intent for you to follow those games like turn by turn. If I did, we'll take the Gavany Silversmith here easily. If I did take time to like make sure that I paused the video at certain times and whatnot, that's where the issue would pop up, where suddenly that video would go from being, you know, an hour and a half to 2 hours of work to being like 4 to 5 hours of work. And that's too much. It's way too much for how how little revenue these videos make. So those videos will keep that sort of super fast, impossible to follow gameplay. Just be aware you're not supposed to follow it. That's not the intention. So here we've got a blue-white duel, which is sold. I want that. Oh, there's the second Lunarch Veteran. So that's going to gain me a whole lot of life. So we'll pick that up. I never got one of those Shipwreck Sifters. I don't think it's vital that I have one at this point in time, but because we've got stuff we can do. We've got ways of getting rid of that. We'll take another Sungold Barrage for the side. Delver is not going to get into this deck. Flare of Faith has a slightly better chance, but it's still not going to happen. Well, what's our instant sorcery count? 8? No, it's way too low. Delver I'll play and have played triple Delver. But that was in like a 13 to 14 spell deck. Nothing here, we'll take a mob. Nothing here, we'll take a Sun Gold. And we're going to need 4 cuts. 4 Cutterinos. Celestus Sanctifier is 1. Devious Cover-Up is 2. Might just be Gavany Silversmith. It's a good card, but if our plan is to just fly over our opponent, you know, does it matter if we've got a couple of extra counters? It'll be nice, but we have to make cuts. What am I not cutting? I'm not cutting Candle Traps. I'm not cutting Veteran. I'm not cutting Hope. I'm not cutting that. I'm not cutting them. I'm not cutting that. Not cutting that. Not cutting that. That. Or that. Or that. Or that. Or that. Or that. 2 of these cards have to go. Component Collector. And I think Startle. Maybe Geistwave. Well, maybe Geistwave. Geistwave will be a good sideboard card against tokens and stuff like that. And if you'll excuse me for a moment, I have to close this wet down. There we go. People messaging me all up in my board games. I think I want 1 less blue. What's my like on curve look like here? So these are cards that I want to cast for their mana cost at the first available opportunity. So we got white, 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 blue, 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 white, white. Yeah, so blue can come a little bit later, so we're going to go like that. So we got 10, 8. Yeah, 10, 8, 10, 8. All right, let's go. Let's see if we can keep the 2-1-3-0 train rolling. I actually got a back-to-back 3-0 with blue-red spells. In fact, stream this week was mono spells. I played a blue-red spells deck, and then I played a red-white spells deck. It was great. Sweatsuit Invitational was super fun. I don't have the mask with me, but I 3D printed a Bioshock Splicer mask and wore that to the super exclusive 8-person Sweatsuit Invitational. Hunter was in Houston doing World Series stuff, and so he went to Coral Sword and he did coverage himself and invited some number of us to play some Magic. Okay, so I don't know if I've actually cast this card before. I've only played against it. So front side is He Mills, and then if I cast tap, and the back side is literally just 3-1 Welkin turn. Is it Welkin turn? There's a lot of creatures that do what that does. So we're up against a mono-red-ish looking thing so far. Probably red-black vampires. So I guess the starting plan is present a blocker. The trick is that I really am going to need that third land before too long, yeah? But tell me if you think that I overvalue Lunarch Veteran. You don't. You don't think that I overvalue it. That's fair. Let's drop the Wrangler. Because I'm actually not going to heavily value this Wrangler either. I will block here. Red-white, okay. Not vampires. You can hit me once. You can hit me once. Because I don't think you're doing anything with anything here. You're just dropping another Falconoth Perforator. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Well, that's a pain in the butt. We're approaching one of those games where Magic just sucks and is a bad game. You are going to tell me if you want to trade at all here. You still don't. Okay. I am going to present the Graph Keeper as a blocker. Two lands. Perfect. I'm going to trade Graph Keeper for one of them. Maybe they are black-red vampires. It's a bad game. Gross. Pretty gross. Pretty gross. Two of our top 13. Two of our top 13. Oh, let's startle one of these. Jesus Christ. And then, yeah, take 4. Mm-hmm. A land. Does that do anything for us? We can Candle Trap the Whisperer. And then we can block the Perforator. We can bounce the Bat. And then see where we go from there. What? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Bounce your Bat. Get a Scry here. A Plains. That lets me get a Captain. Now that lets me also play Intrepid Adversary with a counter should I want. Which then potentially, that would be a what? A 4-2 lifelinker that doesn't attack super well into them. It doesn't block well either. So I think I want the draw. And then we've got blocks here. Plus we gain a life. A second Lunarch Veteran's going to help quite a bit. We're not going to attack into that zombie because we are going to sack it to Grafted Identity. And now we have to ask our opponent to just kind of calm down a little bit on drawing anything, please. Perhaps they did. Perhaps they did as I asked. So it's Lunarch Veteran. And just drop this adversary, I guess. Kick it real good. No, I'm still not attacking in with that. Jack-o'-lantern? Sure. That's pretty good against me. That is going to rip something good here, like the Devoted Graphkeeper probably. Would be my assumption. Yep, there it goes. And they get to draw a card. Also pretty good. Keep on holding on. Let's get rid of that Bat Whisperer, shall we? Let's drop ourselves a Lunarch. Gain a life. And let's get ourselves back into this game. I am never attacking with that zombie. That zombie's whole thing is to become Nicolas Cage. Oof. Barely scraped through Magic trying to wreck me on that one. Magic tried. Magic tried. But Magic did not win that time. I'd kill for a format that's not so land luck dependent. It has become a much more of a thing in the past year or so. It didn't used to be. Land luck has always been a thing. It has always been a part of the game, but it's not been so pronounced. As the power level goes up, it becomes more pronounced. Because when missing a turn meant that your opponent got a 3/3 for 4. And you were therefore behind because they had a 3/3 for 4. Whereas you had your 2/2 for 2. It wasn't that big of a deal. You had time. There was stuff you could do. Whereas now, nobody's playing a 3/3 for 4. There's probably not even a 3/3 for 4 in the set, and there sure isn't a vanilla one. And so the increased power level just makes things really friggin' rough for a key aspect of Magic's game design, which is land luck. Stuffed Bear. So we're playing against one of these players, eh? Fun times. Somebody is saying that Stuffed Bear is good, and it's not. If your deck has a Stuffed Bear in it, you shouldn't have a Stuffed Bear in it. What we're going to do here is called wrecking our opponent. Are y'all ready to wreck an opponent? Boop. Bye-bye. Spend several more turns to get back to this position. I don't want that. I guess not several more turns. They could recast it, leave up 2 mana, pass the turn. Oh, heck yeah. That was very much just a time walk. In we go. And hey, look, this beggar turns on Coven for Candletrap. There's no way you're just playing that bear out. You are, all right. Okie doke. So we could gather. How does Intrepid Adversary work? It just has to have a counter on it. It doesn't care where that counter came from. That's pretty nifty. Boop and boop. Get myself a 4/2 and a 3/4. Creatures you control get +1. Oh, no. Sorry, no. It doesn't get +1/+1 counters. It gets Valor counters. But the Valor counters function as virtual +1/+1 counters. Got it. Intrepid Adversary has done a great job. It's just going to jump in front of this bear. Or it'll get defenestrated. That's fine, too. also okay. Because again, I literally don't care about this bear. No way out? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Oh, please activate the bear and attack me, I dare you. They thought about it. They didn't follow through with it. Alright, well, this bear's going to get obnoxious now, I guess. But they also essentially can't attack me. Okay. Block. Thank you. I was looking for a way to get rid of that beloved beggar. Do you have a jack-o'-lantern in hand? An interloper? Sure. I guess I'm 1 mana short of beloved beggar, eh? Yep. Let's fateful absence a bear. Boop. Take 5, go to 6. Oh no, we gave them a clue. I'll go down to 28, I guess. Mounted Dread Knight? Sure. Boop. Take him to 1. See what can happen when you actually draw your lands quickly? You don't have to struggle. And as I said, don't ever play Stuffed Bear. Ever. Literally ever. Alright. 1-0. Let's go 2-0. Make that last game slightly less stressful. Still stressful, because you still lose money going 2-1, but better to lose potentially 500 gems than to potentially lose 1,500 gems, right? That's an intrepid adversary that I'll play on too. You're never guaranteed a better hand. Yes, this one's a little bit land-filled, but if you're mulliganing this hand, you're hurting your win percentage way too much. We got a big old deck over there. Got ourselves a 50-card deck. Well, as you can see, his name is Big. Their name is Big J. Big J plays big decks. If you got a name like that, I think you're probably obligated. Bloop. Okay. We got more of this shenaniganery going on. Yeah, let's get the adversary down because I can gain back more life than they're dealing to me. Red-green. What did they mull down to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And they've drawn 2 cards. They mulled to 5? Cool. Forest, and a second tap at the window. Youch. Alright, in we go. Let's drop a Wrangler. Pass the turn. Thermo Alchemist. Do I want me a Thermo Alchemist? Maybe someday. Maybe someday I want me a Thermo Alchemist. We're not blocking, so we're going to pretend that we've actually got something here with our Scab Wrangler. We don't, but, you know, we might have. We might have. We're not grafting. We are not candle trapping. We are passing the turn. Hound Tamer. Okie dokes. It's a pretty good candle trap target. Well, is it? We could just let it flip and Sun Gold Barrage it. Means I don't get an attack, which I don't like. I could upgrade my Scab Wrangler into a Hound Tamer. I don't hate that. Yeah, I don't hate that at all. Gib, please. Thank you. I think Big J might be playing with 17 lands in a 50 card deck. Tap at the window some more. Wait, is that a third tap at the window? I hate, like, because it said 1 in a green there, but they cast it for 2 in a green. I hate how Arena just, like, helpfully changes the casting cost in some places, but not in other places. It's very frustrating. I get the helpfulness that it's going for, but it's kind of like why I don't use Apple products. Apple products are very user friendly, and what they mean is they think you're a moron, and so they're not going to give you actual information because that would scare you and frighten you, and so they'll make it easy for you. And sure, some amount of the time it's easy, but some amount of the time it's deeply frustrating and confusing. Yeah, we'll just go back in. I just like seeing the casting cost. Let me know the rules of the card. Let me deduce things, or be hyper consistent. If you're going to reduce the cost, reduce that cost in every possible view that I am looking at it while it is reduced. This is basically the same, fractionally slower without a veteran. We do want to find our third land by turn 3, but statistically we should do that. It should be like a 70 or 80% chance right now. Wait, they put us on the play. It's slightly less chance, but I think if they're putting us on the play, we're pretty good here. I guess I just want to flash in a Cathar Commando, because if they don't have a 2-drop here to follow up, then we're in good shape. Yeah, we can slam into that Thermal Alchemist pretty easily. See? There's the land. In we go. No chance they block. Okay. Drop a Morning Patrol. Go from there. I think they cut 1 card. I think they're at 49 cards now. All right. So they did not attack. So we can come in with Morning Patrol, and if we get a double block, we have a Startle. That gives us a good creature to sack for Grafted Identity. They're just going to take it, which is also great, because then we can go Scabby and pass the turn. Then we can even tap one of their creatures. Yeah, I'll tap a Tavern Ruffian any day of the week. You're not attacking me. There you go. Let's tap that down. Land is nice because there's a chance that we might just steal that Tavern Ruffian. How badly do I just want to clean their board up? Yeah. Let's get them. We'll save something here, probably the Wrangler. Yeah, let's save the Wrangler. Get a Zambi. Rip their board up. We just won't care about this Tavern Ruffian. We're not going to bother stealing it. Could be a while till we get Coven, I guess. Maybe they've got a Return to Nature. Curse of Shaken Faith on yourself. Whenever you cast a spell... Okay. All right. Opponent has chosen hard mode. Opponent has chosen hard mode. I respect it. I respect it. I'm gonna steal their Harvest Tide Infiltrator here, am I? No. So we are going to walk on in with this morning patrol, see if they know how Candle Trap works. They do. A lot of people think it's pacifism, and so the creature can't block at all. It can. It just doesn't deal any damage. You're not attacking me. I stand corrected, I guess? Okay. Pretty cute. Let's tap down your ruffian. Let's come on and slam. Drop a Graph Keeper. Ooh, discard a beggar. Nice. And let's Candle Trap that Infiltrator. I think we're going to win this one. Just a guess. 2-0. I suspect that player was new. And that's probably a good spot to talk about another thing while we get into our next match here. There is a common misbelief. Misbelief? That's a word, right? Misbelief? There's a common misbelief. Mistaken belief? Let's go with mistaken belief just in case so I don't sound like an idiot. Who would say misbelief? There's a common mistaken belief that best of 3 has weaker players. Because you never see that happen, what just happened there, while playing best of 1, where the truly good players play. No. There's significantly more worse players in best of 1. But they're bronze. And you probably aren't bronze. Maybe you are right now. I'm bronze right now because I don't play best of 1. But you're rapidly going to get out of that matchmaking. There is no matchmaking in best of 3. There are less bad players in best of 3. There are less bad drafters. There are explicitly data, good data in this case, data proven that best of 3 has better drafters. But because there's no matchmaking, you will randomly get paired up with people like this. And that's how Magic's supposed to work. That's how Magic has always worked. Until the advent of Arena. Do I just want to immediately stop worrying about this champion? Kinda. Because if this is blue-black with Diregraph Hordes, this thing gets out of control real quick. Oh, God, I wish I had a land in hand so I didn't know how risky the stuff was going to be right now, but let's get a creature down. I really kind of want just like 2 lands on top. It's fine. That's fine. If it gets too big for its britches, we can deal with it again. I could do the same thing to your creature. We are going to pass the turn, unfortunately, because Magic is trying to bone us. It's trying to bone us. I don't care for it. Don't care for it one bit. I'm going to reset your zombie again. Magic's attempting to bone them as well, it appears. You're going to flip the switch my Fading Hope. All right. Oh, I got another Candle Trap for you. How do you feel about them apples? Also good. God, do I need a frickin' 3rd land? Mm, not good. Not good. Oh boy. It's games like this why I have no problem talking about the flaws of Magic's game design. Because it's just apparent. Why are you main phase tapping? Did you forget where you are? Am I? I think they forgot where they were. I think they thought that they were still on my turn. I mean, it's hard to tell because I haven't played a land to in any way indicate that it has ever been my turn again. So I could keep like the Falcon Abomination locked down. That is vaguely a threat at the moment. Let's give it a go. They're going to revenge the drowned their champion. Okay. So they're just drawing their champion. They're going to replay it. And they have an unknown, well, now known non-land card in hand. I don't think they meant to do this attack either. Maybe they did. Maybe they did. But that attack feels like that was a mistake as well. Holy moly, we found a land. Can we do anything with that? We can drop another Lunarch veteran to try to maybe somehow gain some more life. We could also get in with his Intrepid Adversary. Gain 3 more life. I guess we could also just block with it, right? Yeah, we could also just block with it. So they are in utter top deck mode. We're going to take a turn with a Lunarch veteran here so that now our creatures are giving us 2 life per turn, which is approximately what they're going to be draining us for. Approximately. So Intrepid Adversary is happy to step in front of that champion, or that siege zombie, or whatever. They're just going to come in with Falcon Abomination. That's fair. We're going to drop a land. So if they're not coming in, then we need to come in and gain some life here. Let's get in with the adversary. I bet you're going to put a larder zombie in front. Yeah, you are. I'm going to gain 3. That's good. And then I would like to gain some life and get some counters here. Hit me for 1. Cool. I'm gaining 2. Let's go like this, which just happens to turn Coven on in case that matters. And are we going to once again fight through Arena trying to murder me? Maybe. It's going to require that we crafted identity one of those Falcon Abominations, but you know. Oh, they're giving me an opportunity to kill champion. I'm going to go to 4 here. It's pretty low. Yeah, no, I'm killing that champion. Because they need to kill the veteran, which leaves the silversmith up. Because that veteran is what's wrecking kind of many of their plans. Okay, so that gives us a search party captain to gain a life and draw a card. And then we're taking 4. So that's 10. We're going to be at 9. We're going to drop to 5. Virtual 4, that's pretty low. Pretty low, but I think that's where we go. So yeah, let's search party captain. Gain a life, draw a card. Land for turn. So we'll take 1, and then we'll take 4. No attacks. That's fine. Yet more lands. Hey friend. I'm gonna bet that you don't want to trade that siege zombie, do ya? You sure don't. I guess we could gain 2. So we're at 4. So we're dead in the air. But a Lunarch Veteran and a Morning Patrol gains us 2 life, plus Lunarch Veteran represents a blocker. Yep, let's do that. So let's go Lunarch Veteran. They're going to dissipate it? Sure. So we're at 4. We're dead. We can gain 1 life, which makes us not... which makes us still dead. So I think we have to sack Captain to steal an Abomination. So we take 1, go to 4. 2 in the air puts us at 2. No, that makes me dead too. Damn, I think that Dissipate did it. It was a frustrating garbage game of Magic, eh? Our opponent was stuck on 4 mana as well, but obviously it literally didn't matter. I find that a frustrating thing when people are like, well, I was stuck on 4 mana too. Yeah, and you also played 15 cards off the top of your deck. I didn't get to play 15 cards off the top of my deck when it mattered. Okay. The Morning Patrol puts me to 6. I go to 5. Yeah, I think we Morning Patrol and just hope they can't do math. Yeah, Morning Patrol and hope they can't do math. They've made some mistakes before, so it's possible, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, wait, no, I'm not just dead. No, I'm just dead, because I take 4 in the air, and then they siege zombie for 1. Yeah, that was a deeply frustrating garbage game of Magic. We tried to get back in, but surprise, getting stuck on 2 lands forever is a problem. Okay, we go back in and we don't get boned by the literal rules of this game that we're playing. That shouldn't be your strategy in a game. All right, let's play first. Theoretically, it should work. We should not statistically get stuck on 2 lands. That is simply not how it should go. Crap. I always forget how these friggin' lands work. Rotten Reunion, okay, for nothing, sure. Yeah, so we'll just play it now. Because if I had played it first, then we would have had a Lunarch Veteran this turn. Or a Cathar Commando, or a Devoted Graphkeeper. Yeah, I massively screwed up by playing that, but that's fine. If they're just making Decayed Zombies and not attacking with them, fine by me. Ultra fine by me. Damn, the way the lands are, I can't even do what I want to do, eh? I'm going to pass the turn, see if we can counter something really good, and if not, we still just get a Cathar Commando, which is great. There we go. Get rid of your zombies, please, and thank you. Okay, good turn. Good turn. Cathar Commando, welcome to the team. Alright, so that gives us a Lunarch Veteran, and holding up Flip the Switch seems very good. Seems very, very good. And we know that they literally can't play anything until they draw a land or draw something that can be played. Let's get in for 4. Drop a Graphkeeper, hold up Flip the Switch, and it looks like our opponent is the one who gets boned by the rules of Magic. Powerfully boned. Nope, sorry. Not today. Not today. What an awful game of Magic that was, too. Dear Lord. Alright, so they're a blue-black zombies deck, and it looks like maybe they're missing, like, the top end, like they're missing Diregraph Hordes, or maybe they just didn't get to the mana for it. I think this is the first, like, good blue-black zombie card we saw. Otherwise, it's make zombies and siege zombie, or it's make Falcon Abominations and fly in. Theoretically, we should be able to somewhat deal with flyers, but let's go back in. Let's see what we can do. Component Collector might actually block really well. I don't know over what. That's the real trick. Maybe over the Gavany Silversmith. Because like I said, when I was drafting and deck building, if we're winning, the extra counters aren't going to do much. And if we're behind, the extra counters don't do that much. In certain specific configurations, it might stabilize us, but it's pretty specific. Whereas a 1/4 is just going to block really well, and it comes down a turn earlier. Here we go, 2 lands. Really good curve out, in fact. Like, massively good curve out. The Search Party Captain might cost us 2. And they've already mulliganed, so easy keep. Second mulligan? Okay. They're down to 5. Down to 5, leading with a Swamp and a Champion of the Parish. That's a good start. Very good start. What's your follow-up? Your second color and a pass. Not the best of follow-ups. Let's Devoted Graphkeeper here. Gain a life, mill 2. Land nice, land, nice, nice. No. I'm not playing into a startle here. Land for turn, pass the turn. I like a lot. You are going to tell me what's going on over there. Because if it involves casting a spell, no, it doesn't. I'm happy to Search Party Captain here. We can take this 1 turn off. Because whatever comes down, we can just Candle Trap. More lands, okay. Still on nothing, okay. Organ Hoarder? Organ Hoarder. Going to try to get themselves back in. Devious Cover-Up and a Swamp gone. Sounds good. Holy God, no more lands, please. Let's come on in with these fellows. They're going to have to start blocking at some point, right? Sounds good. And we're going to hold up this Flip the Switch here. We'll flip the switch whatever they play here almost. 2, sold. And a pass of the turn. Super sold. Come on and slam. And welcome to the jam. Still don't care about that champion. Memory Deluge? No. Good try, though. Good try. Good try. Not even attacking. Well, let's come on in for 4. That's very good. Passing that turn. Because we're going to drop a Cathar Commando. That's 3, 4, 5, 6. That takes them to 2. Falcon Abomination is fine. Taking 4 is totally fine. So now, if we go Cathar Commando, and if they have nothing in hand, so if we go Cathar Commando, and we go Startle, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we Candle Trap and exile that Abomination, they are dead. But they do have something in hand, like maybe they have a Devious Cover-Up. Corpse Cobble? That's cute. So they block this and they take 2, 4, 5 and go to 3. Or we just come in with our flyers that are going to turn into flyers. Sold. Recast that and Component Collector. Yes, I'll tap that. Maybe I should have kept that next turn. I forgot all about that Graphkeeper ability. Like I said, I don't know if I've resolved a Graphkeeper before. Letting me tap something seems good. So they're at a virtual 5. I will tap it, thanks for asking. Soul Guide Griff, pretty good. How be we Soul Guide Griff here and take that Memory Deluge. Because you're either going to cast that Memory Deluge or you're going to show me what's in your hand. I guess maybe you Corpse Cobble your zombie. You're going to flip the switch that. Sure, that's fine. So they have nothing. So they can block and they can take 2, 4, 5, 6. They are dead. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye. Good game. They weren't really good games. They were kind of emblematic of the issues with Magic. The opponent came back valiantly from a mull to 5, but not really. Not really. Those weren't the best games of Magic, but I'll take the 3-0 because the 3-0 gives me the gems that I desperately need to somehow play Magic for 24 hours tomorrow. I'm going to have to spend $100 tomorrow to buy some more gems. Let me tell you what. But the secret is we take a lot of breaks during the 24-hour stream to build Lego and to give stuff away. So much stuff going to be given away. I haven't done a final tally, but I do believe it's somewhere around... No, I haven't even done a tally. Why am I even going to pretend like that? Like I know what I'm talking about. Inked Gaming is giving us probably around 500. Cool Stuff has given us a couple hundred. There's about $400 to $500 worth of promos. So we're probably upwards of around 2,000, especially if I hear back from the one group that I'm waiting to hear final confirmation on. Man, I hope I have that in the morning. I really hope I do. Anyways, if you're watching this and it's Saturday, October 30th, you shouldn't have watched the whole video. You should have gone over to twitch.tv/themanaleak. But it's not too late to still go over to twitch.tv/themanaleak. Join me for 24 hours raising money for a very good cause in memory of my sister and giving away a boatload of product. As always, this has been Spikey Saturday. This has been Magic the Gathering. This has been Midnight Hunt, the best format of the year. It's not good, but it's the best format of the year. See you next time.